Hey everyone, thank you for being here. So I'm doing the Monday reading just a little bit early. Usually I would do it on Sunday. Today I'm doing it just a day or two early, so I may do that for a little bit here. Anyway, so let's get to it. The vibe of the day. Hi, I'm Holly, psychic medium energy reader, and thank you, Spirit. Thanks. I just heard an all-around good person. Since that's nice to know. Thanks. All right. So, the word peace. When I was standing in the kitchen making coffee, I asked Spirit, what is the vibe? What is the message for the collective? And this is a general reading, so please understand that. I'm sorry. Come on, baby. You want to come up? I feel like I'm being pulled in a couple of different directions here. And so I don't want to be so disjointed. I want to get a coherent, cohesive reading, but I feel like my energy is being pulled in different directions. That's what it feels like. So I don't know if that's going to play into the reading somehow, but let's get back to this at what we're doing in the moment. And in this moment, we are looking at the vibe of the day, which is peace. You know, yeah, if you don't have your health, you don't have anything. That phrase, it's kind of like, well, if you don't have inner peace, nothing else is going to matter either. So peace, find peace wherever you can. It's really rainy and nasty out today. I would love to go do a short of something in nature, but if I can, I will. If I can't, I'll try to do it later before the weekend is out. But yeah, find your peace. Like not your piece of something, but PEACE. And I'm hearing the message, it will become clear soon what that is and how to go about it. Things are not entirely as they seem. And if you're on if you're working toward development of your abilities, they are going to expand in a monumental way shortly. So keep doing the hard work. Just keep doing what you're doing. And they're saying trust what you get. Trust what you know. Trust what you get. That's going to be important. Okay. All right. Let me take a little sip here. Hi, little baby. I know. Oh, that's so good. All right. I want to go straight to the tarot or the cards just to see what happens to come through. This one. Okay. So I am being drawn to the Golden Wheel Tarot. So this is actually a tarot deck. It's not Oracle or the Lenormand. Huh, baby? All right. Well, I'm sorry, honey. I know that was loud. I know it was. All right, let me just shuffle these this way. What is it, honey? What is it? She just has the most concerned look on her face. Cats in particular, cats and dogs, are very intuitive. Any kind of pet, really anything in the animal kingdom. But cats and dogs are incredibly intuitive, just plain old psychic. And trust what they see and do. If they are hanging around you, or if they're over in a corner, or if they're, first check out all the physical reasons. You know, if they need to go to the vet, take them to the vet. But like the way she's looking at me right now, she's picking up on something. So, baby. So we'll just I need to pay attention to that. All right, what is the message for the collective today? What is the what is the message? And this one's trying to come out the side. It's kind of going everywhere. All right. First, we have a 5 of Swords. And this one was intentionally done kind of in those black and white tones, grays, a lot of gray. All right, honey, hold on. Now she's biting the microphone. Okay, so we have a 5 of Swords. And in this 5 of Swords, no one is victorious. No one is winning. Oh, honey, please don't. What? I know it's blinking at you. I know you see that light, but just get down there for a minute, okay? Thank you. All right, in this 5 of Swords, no one is the winner. No one. There's one person who's victorious and holding a sword, seemingly. You know, you can win a battle, but you can lose the war. It's that old phrase. And all the blackbirds in the background up and flying away. This is a card of sorrow and loss. All right, what else have we got? Help me to understand where this is going. Help me to understand where this is going. Spirit guides and guardians, beloved elementals. Help me to understand where this is going. The creator of all things, all that is. Help me to understand where this is going. Help me to understand this reading, please. Give me the words, the knowledge. Give me the images. Help me to understand what the card... They don't want me to use the deck again. Okay. Well, that was odd. But look on the bottom. All right, interesting. All right, so... yeah, let's use the Light Seers Tarot. So we're going to get clarification. Okay, and now my little baby girl is doing a weird thing across the room. Just, I'm going to have to really watch this. I mean, she's healthy. She's fine. Something's going on with her. Huh. All right, so it's like she's watching shadows. And they're just normal shadows that can be accounted for. All right. All right. Let's see. So what is the clarification? What is the clarification for this 5 of Swords? Okay. They're saying the one on the bottom, take it. All right. King of Pentacles. So that is a stable, grounded king. All right. He always reminds me of Grizzly Adams. That was a show that was on. Those of you who are older will remember it. I mean, I was a kid when it was on, but that looks more like a wolf than a dog next to him. So what is the continuation of this message? All right, there's one face down. What is the continuation of this message? Help me to understand this reading. Help me to understand what is going on. Oh, a little cluster of them. All right, now 2 more. All right, quite a few came out. All right, so we've got that 5 of Swords energy, where someone may have won a battle, but they lost a war. King of Pentacles. Hold on. I want to get these in the right order. Huh, okay. Well, yeah, let's see what we've got here. All right, so 5 of Swords, King of Pentacles, then we have the Hanged Man. They're just playing now. And again, the light rays coming off the head, that's a beautiful card. This is someone who is choosing to embrace adventure. And she is lighting the path. She is looking for inspiration to light the path. But then we have the 3 of Swords. This is truly one of the most gut-wrenching and heart-wrenching 3 of Swords. It's heartbreak. It's also a sense of betrayal, heartbreak, again, loss. Much like the loss in this 5 of Swords, it's about loss. Then we have the 4 of Swords. So it's time to regroup, and it's time to curl up. It is time to rest, and it is time to stop trying so hard. You've got to rest. And if you notice, there is a little heart in that nest next to her, and it's starting to heal. And then we have the Four of Wands. Or not the Four of Wands. That was an interesting slip. The Page of Wands. I was like, they're not four in that. But the Page of Wands. This is a cool page. This is a page who is not rushing in with fiery passion to ignite anything. This is a page who is dancing to her own rhythm and dancing in the light, and she hears her own music. Oh, thank you, Spirit. I get it. All right, because then we have the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups in this deck, I think, also looks like a Two of Cups. What did I say Ace of Cups? It also looks like a Two of Cups, because this is someone who is bracketing, holding, and protecting a heart, but the two hands almost look like two cups, okay? This heart imagery is interesting. We have a broken heart, a heart that is mending and healing, and then we have a heart that is being cocooned in light. And then we have a magician who is working some sort of alchemy or magic, and also looking into the future. I feel like there's some divination going on there too. To a new journey, which is the Fool card. But then we have the Five of Cups. And the Five of Cups is about regret. And the Five of Cups is looking at what's been spilled instead of what is still standing. And so there is still some regret. So here's what I'm getting overall about this. Spirit, help me out. There is some mending and healing that needs to happen. There is a woundedness that goes much deeper than anyone ever figured. This King of Pentacles is so grounded in the ways of doing things that have always been done, that particular King of Pentacles is not looking at things from a new angle. This person is accepting the adventure. Now, hopefully, this is just another side of this king, but I feel like there are two people here. This is what it feels like is the dominant situation. No one wins because everybody's just too stuck in a rut. And by the time you start to see things from a different perspective, there's already heartbreak. Wow, okay. Guess I know why I was reading this today. All right. Now, this I feel like is a singular card, and it's temporary. The Three of Swords. Because once you rest and heal and remember your vibrancy, remember your light, remember who you are, do whatever you have to do to get back to being that person. That is when you are able to heal, cocoon, control, and bring into cohesion any missing parts. Oh, okay, thank you. Yeah, do an energy retrieval. I'll talk about that in a minute. You are able to, through divination, your connection to spirit, and just simply commanding it to be so, you heal. That is when the really big adventure begins. If you think this is the start of a big adventure, this is when you just take the leap and you're like, okay, it's time. It's now or never. And that pool underneath, that pool of water underneath that's lit up, that is the seed of life. That is the design of the seed of life. So somebody is choosing to embrace because she's falling backwards. This person is falling backwards. He, she, it doesn't matter. But this person is saying, I trust that this is the right thing for me to do. And she is letting herself fall back into a pool with the outline of the seed of life and lights on that are lit up. You know, it's just, it's a wonderful, hopeful, positive, new beginning. This is a new beginning card. This isn't just embracing an adventure. This is a totally just saying no, and a new adventure begins for this individual. Now the Five of Cups, yeah, there's still some longing and regret. There is still longing and there is still regret, and there is still watching. You know, it's not a very pleasant image. It kind of reminds me of this feeling from the Five of Swords card. But that's not a good one to leave it on, so I want to get some more clarification. Let's go to, we're going to go to our old friend, the Pulp Tarot. Now, this is a general reading, so if you don't resonate with any of this, you know, maybe someone else you know does, or maybe this just isn't your reading, so hang out with us and have your coffee or your tea, and maybe a little snack or something, you know, I don't know. Peace be with you. This is a hopeful reading. There's some heartbreak in the middle of it that's kind of daunting, but it's a very hopeful and positive reading. All right. Now, okay. King of Pentacles again in this deck popped out. So this King of Pentacles energy, this is a very different King of Pentacles. Let's see what else we've got. Could you give me another message, please? Spirit guides and guardians, could you give me another message to help me understand what is happening in this reading and why we have another King of Pentacles that popped out? This one that was on its side, Three of Cups. There are a lot of ways the Three of Cups can be read. It can mean that sometimes people cheat. Someone may be stepping out. There could be a third-party energy that is getting in the way of something. And these look like femme fatales, so I'm thinking there's a little chink-a-bow-wow going on too, you know? But that's what it could mean. In this instance, look at this particular King of Pentacles as opposed to this King of Pentacles. They're both very stately. Well, this one is grounded, kind of earthy. This one is very stately. And this one has a sense of doing what is right. This one has a sense of, you can't tell me what to do. This one has a sense of, the scales will be balanced. All will be made, the scales are going to be balanced. So that's what I love about using different decks for things, because the imagery can evoke so many different meanings and help to make the voice of spirit a lot clearer. Now, on the heels of that, we have Three of Cups. And I think in this instance, it is not about cheating. I feel like in this instance, it's the way I really like this cup card. And that is one of celebration. Clink the glasses, lift a toast. This is about celebration. All right, what is being celebrated? You know what? Let's go to the Lanima. Let's go to the Sweet Blossom Lanima. What is being celebrated? The fact that there is justice and balancing of the scales, because that's a pretty darn good thing to have happen. Everybody could use a little of that in pretty much every area of life. All right. King of Pentacles. What do we got? What do we got? Okay, nothing is coming out. So it's not telling me what the celebration is with Three of Cups. Oh, look on the bottom. The Man card. All right. What is on the top? A coffin, an ending, or death. And in the middle, clover. That is, well, these are 4-leaf clovers, so that it's luck, and it's luck coming to you in the form of a gift. All right. So I think what this means, you are celebrating the end of, where'd it go? Here it is. You are celebrating the end of heartache. You are celebrating the end of this tumultuous, unhealthy phase of things. Understand that, Spirit, give me a message, please, because I don't want this to be me. Give me a message about this to give to the collective, please. You are coming into such a bright light. There will be no holding you back. So this could also be not just about relationships. It could be family. Well, it could be not just romantic relationships. It could be family relationships. It could be work relationships. We don't always get along with our coworkers very well. Sometimes they become family, and sometimes they become frenemies. You know. But it could be about anything, really. Oh, and speaking of work, y'all, I'm going to ask you all to send me good vibes. I have tried to start a new career path in the regular world, and I got to start making cold calls on Monday. So when you see this, I'm not looking forward to it. That's not my way of doing things, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it, and it will be helpful for all involved, but I got to do something different. So something a little differently. Send me good vibes, please, because I'm about to give up on it. All right. Now, that aside, we are having coffee time. We get a little coffee chat every now and then, and it's far enough in the video. Anybody who didn't want to watch it, they've already left, so it's just us. All right, so back to it. This is a positive reading all in all, because even though you got to go through the gyrations of just kind of feeling crushed, I know that sounds awful, but I mean emotionally, you are just wounded and tired, and you're like, you know, one of those. But it ends up that there is growth. And I can't help but want, you know, maybe the second King of Pentacles is the first one that has had a growing arc emotionally. Maybe it's a totally different King of Pentacles. Who knows? But one way or the other, there is light at the end of a very dark tunnel. You know, I love my cheesy old sayings. And you know, they make it, everybody kind of knows what they mean, and they make sense. So I'm going to keep using them. All right, everyone. I'm starting to ramble. Let's have another little cup. Not a cup, but another little sip of coffee first. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. I am sending you so much love and gratitude. You just have no idea. All right. Yeah, I think that's it. I think we're good. I think that was a solid beginning to end, finished kind of reading. Oh, you know what? Hold on. I'm going to do this. Guess I'm not finished. Let's get one oracle card from the Angels and Auras deck. And maybe we'll get an archangel that comes through and give us someone to focus on for, okay, I'm seeing spirits in the room too. So somebody's floating around in here. I'm not sure what that's about, but maybe that's why, that's why my little baby cat was so concerned. And as I said that, here she comes back in the room after playing chase with her sister. They're so funny. Normally you're asleep right now. All right. What is the message for the collective? 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 If there's an archangel who wants to communicate with anyone, please let that card show up. Just open it in the middle. Oh, look, everything's okay. Woohoo! So that's a great card to have. Everything is okay. And see the humor. Yeah, got to see the humor and stuff. Oh, yay! Oh, we have two. No, we don't have two cards. Oh, here, yeah, we do have two cards. Okay, there were two Archangel cards. Oh, I love this. Thank you so much, Spirit. Thank you. All right, the first Archangel card is Jophael and pink. She's the one we had the last time. Very nurturing energy. I love this so much. Archangel Raphael, and the color green always is associated with him. I hold Archangel Raphael, card number 7, of course. I hold that particular angelic being or being of light incredibly close to my heart because, and very often green is the color of the heart chakra. And so is pink, come to think of it. So heart healing. Here we go. We got the angels working with us. Yay! All right. So here's the thing. I was in a horrible, debilitating, crippling, near-death experience car accident many, many, many years ago. And it was really awful. It took a year and a half before I could walk normally, and that's only through divine intervention. The way it was left, the surgeon, that I had to have surgery to be able to walk. And so the surgeon said, when you can't stand the pain any longer, come back and we'll fuse it completely closed and shut. Because I lost a big part of the ankle bone. It just was pulverized. And so I remember thinking, I can't live like this. You know, always on my own. And my safety was being able, I could pick up and walk, or I could pick up and run, or I could ride a bike. I could get out of Dodge if I needed to, fast. And when I could barely walk, even after surgery a year and a half later, without excruciating pain and swelling, and I couldn't go more than a few steps, you know. And so I thought, okay. And I didn't die. I died, but I didn't stay dead in the accident because you know. But anyway, I know I'm talking a lot. Raphael was the archangel I called on. And I just said, I need you to heal me. I can't live like this any longer. I need you to fix this, and I need you to heal my ankle. I need to be able to live my life as normally as I can. I was very specific about that, and I shouldn't have been so specific because I had a bunch of other, you know, crunched up bones and stuff, and they give me problems every now and then, but, well, you know, all the time. But the ankle was the bad one because I had lost, you know, pretty much all my mobility for the most part, and I just kind of hobbled around and did the best I could. So, I woke up in the middle of the night, and I'm going to go ahead and take the time to finish telling the story. I woke up in the middle of the night after doing a whole lot of inner work and realizing I was worthy of a miracle. I deserved a miracle. And if it didn't happen, then that was okay too, because I just had enough faith and trust, and I really believed that my life would change. And I didn't know how. I just believed that it would, whether I came to a place of acceptance or whatever it was. And the moment that I finally just turned it all over to Raphael, absolutely turned over every bit of worry and angst. And we need to do that emotionally too, not just the physical, but the emotional. That is a heart color, and we got Jophael here too. But I woke up, and at the time I had, because this was a really long time ago, and at the time I had 5 little dogs, well, 2 medium-sized, but the rest were like a foot by a foot, you know, and just goofy little dogs, and they all slept in bed with me. I know. It was crazy. But anyway, they were wonderful companions. And they have long since moved on to the other side, you know. But They live long, healthy, happy lives. So, but if I even so much as turned onto my side, it was like, it's time to get up. And they all had to go pee. And, then it took me forever to hobble to the back door to let them, that was so hard. But I woke up and I had what felt like, I don't know if it felt like the closest thing I could describe would be like an electrical current. It didn't hurt, but I felt like I was buzzing and humming, and it felt like there was a cold, it wasn't hot, it was cold wave of current running the entire length of my body. The dogs never moved. They didn't budge. And then I heard a voice outside of my head say, "Stand up." And of course, it was a deep, resonant voice, but it was very gentle and very kind. And I wasn't afraid. But I heard it again. "Stand up." And so I thought, oh God, but it's going to hurt so much. And so I tried to psychically look at my ankle, and I could see this vibrant, glowing, like where the big hole was in the bone and in the joint that went through the whole ankle. I could see this vibrant, like almost a neon green with a little bit of a yellow hue to it. And it was like a gel, and it's filled in the hole in my ankle, in that joint. And I thought, I'm really seeing that in my head. I'm seeing it. And then I heard the voice again, "Stand up." So I had to shimmy out from under the covers and underneath all the dogs. They still didn't wake up and they still didn't move. So weird for them, right? And I swung my legs over the side of the bed, which I had the mattress on the floor because I couldn't step off anything too tall. And dogs still didn't wake up. And I just remember thinking, I'm too afraid to stand up. Because in the morning it would take me a long time. I would have to lean on the wall and tap my toe and get the circulation going. And then I still had like shooting pain. And then I would be able to like drag it behind me. And it was a mess. I was a mess. And my left calf to this day is 1 inch bigger than my right because I had to overcompensate so much. So that leg is actually bigger than the other leg. And I developed like some bone spur on my knee because it was so much pressure on it. And it was, anyway, so being not the best patient for Archangel Raphael, I said, well, hold on a minute, let me look. And so I looked at my feet and I still felt this electrical current. And I had lost half the movement of that ankle, and I was about to lose the rest when they had to fuse it shut, okay? Or fuse it in place. And even then, I was told it would still probably be painful, But anyway, so I started moving, and you got to remember, there's no bone in that joint, in that ankle. So it was physically impossible, and I've seen the x-rays, it was physically impossible for me to have any type of movement that I had at that moment. And I had full, pain-free range of motion. I could point my toes. I could point toward the floor. I could point them up toward the ceiling. Side to side, in a circle. I had full rotation of movement. And I wanted to cry right then. And then I got excited. And I heard the voice again, "Stand up." And I did. And I could. And I stood with both feet flat on the floor, and it didn't hurt, and I could walk to the door. And I thought, but when this prickly heat kind of sensation ends, will the pain flood all back again? But it didn't. It didn't. And every now and then, when I would do things, and I went walking, I would do all kinds of physical activities. I would do anything I could because I could. Every now and then it would start to freeze up and get a little glitchy, and I would close my eyes for a moment, or I'd visualize and see that green, it was like an oozy goo that filled it in. And I asked for Archangel Raphael, please come help me. I need you again. I'm feeling a little discomfort here. Can you please help me? Immediately it would be gone. That was a very long time ago. That was 20 years ago. Last week. Yeah. It was 20 years ago. Just a few days ago, basically. And it hasn't bothered me since. Do the x-rays still show holes and lack of it? Yeah. But that is the absolute most miraculous healing I've ever had. I hope for all of you, and no, my back hasn't been healed, my chest hasn't been healed. Like, you can tell sometimes that one collarbone is in a different position, and it's just, but, so not everything gets healed. My arms hurt often. It's just ridiculous. So, but that was life-altering for me. It gave me my mobility again. Now, I hope that you reach out to Archangels Raphael and Jophael, ask them for help, and then believe that you are worthy of the help. Believe and know that you are a child of God. Goddess, whatever you want to say. The divine being, the divine all-knowing being, whatever you want to say. And these are the ambassadors of that being. So, I'm sending you so much love and gratitude, and if you made it this far, yay you! Thank you. I didn't plan on talking about this today, but I'm glad I did, because it's a reminder of just how far that I've come. And I know all of you have had some horrible battles to fight. And I am so proud of every one of you for waking up in the morning and starting a new day, even if you have to be a little grumpy, and even if it takes a whole pot of coffee, that's okay. You're doing it. I have those too. I'm sending you so much love and gratitude. Thank you. Thank you.